so good to relax like this. I get to do this at home.
Hi guys, Dragnatha and apparently Houserain, who's just relaxing in the background.
You were filming that?
Yeah, I was filming that. I got on YouTube, Ma!
Woo!
Doing some interesting, crazy, cool combos that you can pull off in Cosmos when you run
Delta
these
Shuttle.
guys. Woo! Because no one ever thinks Delta Shuttle is relevant, but hey, I'm going to show you that you can do some pretty wacky plays. Turn 1, by the way. This is if you go second. You'll need to open a hand with at least these, and this, and then any mix of these threes will kind of course, it's not always going to happen like this, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say, you'll open this and you'll get this combo off. I'm just saying this is something you can do, especially if you open this hand, which you probably haven't thought of being able to do before. And any of these combos in here, depending on what your opponent has, usually the best is to have the twin twister and then either one of these two. But I'm just going to say this is your 6 cards in your hand. Maybe against someone who's got a bit of back row to get through. That's about it. So one thing that's important is you want to get this Strawman into your grave to be able to do this. And the best way to do that is by twin twistering. Or if you normal summon your Kozmo Strawman and it gets warninged, you have the E-Tele, and that still works just the same. So let's just say for now, we're playing safe. The opponent has some back row to get rid of. They can't do too much. Cool, you've gone and twin twisted the Strawman. Again, this isn't always going to happen, but this is just something you can do in case you can do it that you probably haven't thought of. Cool, we're going to start with a normal summon on the Sword Troopers. We're going to banish that out for Delta Shuttle. Or you can use Delta Shuttle's effect, targeting whatever the hell you want, sending as cost to the grave Farm Girl. And then this is where the nuts is going to start happening. At this point in time, don't even need the E-Tele. In fact, E-Tele is next to useless in this point in time. We're going to Dark Hole, banish that out, going to Sword Troopers. I'll put that on the bottom just so it's not in the way. Now use Sword Troopers effect to bring back Farm Girl. That's 1,000 life. You can overlay into Levier. Detach Levier, targeting Sword Troopers that was banished, special summon Sword Troopers. Pay another 1,000 life. That's 2,000 paid for Sword Troopers. And a further 1,000 life to bring out Strawman. Going to overlay these later. For now, I'm going to Strawman to bring out Delta Shuttle. Then, because we're so far ahead and your deck is so thinned out, what I would normally do is I would use Delta Shuttle's effect to send as cost a tin can to the grave. Because at this point in time, you've already thinned out a lot of the cards that you have, and having too many tin cans is just going to brick you up. Alright, so there's a tin can engraved now, and we're going to put these 2 Sword Troopers together and make a break sword. Sorry I don't have one, my apologies. We can use break sword's effect to target Delta Shuttle and whatever your opponent still has if they have something. Delta Shuttle gets destroyed, and then you're going to special summon from deck Strawman. Then you can use Strawman's effect again to special summon Delta Shuttle. And then if you really want, you could send another card from your deck to the grave. Say you have a Call of the Haunted, you could send, instead of the E-Tele, you could send a Dark Destroyer to the grave to have that set up for next turn. Or even potentially, this could even be better if the other card in your hand was a BLS, instead of the E-Tele if it worked out that way. Because at the moment, you can bring BLS out.
Ooh, BLS.
So Delta Shuttle's been sent, special summoned and sent as cost. Sorry, you can send another one as cost. At this point in time, you don't really need to. What you can do from here is you can overlay into Sky Centauria, and then these 2 here, the Break Sword and the Levier, can go into an F0 if you really need. And then, but from here you pretty much have game. Cool, and if you don't have game at the end of turn, Delta Shuttle gets destroyed because of Strawman's effect, and you're going to bring out another, I don't think I need this many, another tin can. And then you've still got 1 card in hand, whatever the hell that was, whether E-Tele or something else. And then you're going to use Tin Can's effect to search out, Dark Destroyer, Slip Rider, and you can search out the last Delta Shuttle Because I think that's all there is. What I would search out though is from here, instead of the Slip Rider, I'd probably go Dark Destroyer, Cosmojo, Cosmotown. Or Dark Destroyer, Cosmojo, Slip Rider. And yeah, that's turn 1. If you're going second and you have that hand. Something that's only possible if you have one of the hands very similar to that. And 2 Delta Shuttle. Though that's not too important. That's just something you can do. Remembering that, yeah, the Strawman does help you do that. With the Delta Shuttle and the turn to get the tin can out. And I have another one here, which is a little bit better if you're going first. Say your hand is something like this. You're going first, you've got a Cosmojo, Call the Haunted, an E-Tele, BLS, and Tin Can. First of all, having these 3 is pretty bloody broken as it is. So you'd set these 2, you'd enter end phase, and play E-Tele. You wouldn't even worry about the Tin Can. Well, you could, but I wouldn't. Play the E-Tele, bring out Tin Can. Use Tin Can's effect to search 3 big ships. So you're going to search for a... Where the fuck did I just put them all? There they are. This is my most common search. At this point in time, the most useless card you can get is actually Slip Rider. Not Delta Shuttle.
Delta Shuttle.
Delta Shuttle. Delta Shuttle. Delta Shuttle over your opponent. Oh God, Francis. Oh God. The worst card you can get right now is Slip Rider, because what are you gonna pop? It's, you got the E-Tele, you need to do something. People would pick Forerunner again. What are you gonna do with Forerunner? I mean, well, actually, you got Cosmojo, so you're not too bad off. But your opponent starts with Twin Twister. What are you gonna do with the Forerunner? So let's say in this case you get Delta Shuttle. Cool. So now these 2 are sent to the grave. You got Light and Dark, and you got the Delta Shuttle in defense. Chances are you're going to be able to keep this alive. There's a chance your opponent might brick, or you got Cosmojo at use. So your opponent does something, you call the Haunted, you bring out the Dark Destroyer, destroy their monster. Maybe then you want to Cosmojo the Dark Destroyer, banish something of theirs. Maybe it's end of turn, you want to go into another Tin Can, who knows, that's irrelevant right now. Do the searching, do all the searchings, off that, yes I know it won't be. What I like to do, when I have the chance, is I always want to make sure that I got the Delta Shuttle in deck, so I'd probably search this next, one of the most common ones I like to search. Because when you do that, you're always going to get something good out of it. You're either going to get the Cosmojo, which is going to wreck anything. You're going to get the Cosmotown to bring stuff back. Or the Dark Destroyer, which is always good to have. Let's say for this sake, you get the Dark Destroyer. That's cool. You can sit on that Tin Can for now. Next turn, look, you got another Tin Can in hand, which is useless, basically. Unless you want a normal summon, just go to Dark Destroyer. So what you can do now is you can use Delta Shuttle's effect, target something in the field, and send another Dark Destroyer to grave. Ooh. As cost from Delta Shuttle, and then reduce something's attack. And now you've got your light and your dark again. Or you can send anything else. Send whatever the hell you want. You can probably do more plays. Banish send out for BLS. Then you can make Dark Destroyer, destroy that, go into other stuff. Or I guess if you send... I guess there's another play you can make with this as well. Instead of sending a Dark Destroyer, let's see what you can do. This is what I wasn't even playing this part. Let's see what I can make of this right now. If this was what I ended with. Let's see what happens if I send Saw Trooper. Cool. You send Saw Trooper to the grave. And let's see if I can do something interesting off this. Banish out Slip Rider and Saw Trooper for BLS. Banish this out. Destroying that. Bringing out There's nothing really interesting I can do. Without having another 3 in the grave, there's not a lot you can do off that. So yeah, what I did before was probably better, because you could just destroy that if you didn't send this, and then bring out a Strawman. And then, yeah, start doing some more fun plays. You can see how Strawman really helps you a lot in this deck, or at least this build. So yeah, sorry about the bit of the impromptu at the end there. I was just thinking what I could do off that. There wasn't a lot without having another 3 in the grave. But yeah, that was still turn 2. So that's a couple of interesting things you can do with the deck that Delta Shuttle enables you to do. And that's just, you know, let's have a random hand. 4, 5. That was a random hand. Ooh, what can we do with this? I think the best thing is just starting like that. Start that normal summoned, search 3. It's not incredibly great. What happens if you start Curry Bandit and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, I think you're doing pretty well. Anyway, I hope you guys like that. If I find any more... oh wait, no, hang on. I do have one more interesting thing I can do. This is one that actually did come up. I started with this as a hand. This kind of played out like the first example I gave. I went second. I can't remember what my other card was. I think it was like a Call Haunted or something. It was a Kozmo. Anyway, I can't remember what my other card was. I think it must have been a Call Haunted. I think I started with Twin Twister onto this with the Strawman. And then a normal summon Sword Trooper. My opponent tried to destroy that, so I banished it, went Dark Destroyer. Dark Destroyer into the other Strawman from my deck. Oh, it was Kozmo Town that I had. I guess was lucky. I think I went to that. Brought out the Dark Destroyer. Rammed Dark Destroyer into his Dark Destroyer. Brought out the... Where'd it go? I can't find it. Oh, there it is. It's right at the top. Brought out my other Sword Troopers. Main phase 2 brought out Strawman. And then used Strawman to bring out Dark Destroyer. I used Kozmo Town to add Sword Troopers back to hand. Shuffled Strawman back to the deck. And that got me Call Haunted. That got destroyed at end of turn. And I went into Tin Can. So basically, at this point in time, with this in hand, and a Kozmo Town in the field, and a Dark Destroyer, I was pretty much set up to do anything. But that's just another combo. And that's kind of why and how I've built my deck, is to focus around, you know, these combos that other decks couldn't do on first or second turn, because they're locked up by big ships. Anyway, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe if you like this. Comment down below what you think. Again, these combos aren't always going to come up. I'm just giving examples of things you can do if you run X or Y certain cards. So yeah, Dragonauta out.